I'm Jazz and welcome to my Manifesto for Educators, New Rules for Schools, number 15 and 16. Care even more. Teaching is about relationships. Now, this is an interesting one because when I say care even more, I don't just mean about school and about the students. I mean about you. Care that what you're doing matters right now. You're doing purposeful, meaningful, significant work right now, even more so than usual, which is usually at quite a high level. And that's important that you care about that and you don't treat it as something of, oh, this is just something I do, because it's not. This is something that at a time of real uncertainty and genuine fear, you're getting up and serving the nation's children. I mean, that's huge. And owning that is going to make a big difference for you. The thing about teaching being about relationships, I know that there are different schools of thoughts on this, but I can't help thinking right now that how you are is more important than what you do. Because right now you've got a lot of vulnerable children, a lot of children who are either, disadvantaged in some way or vulnerable or have extra support and care outside of the system usually. But also you've got children whose parents are going into work with people who might have the virus every day. So there's a lot of fear and uncertainty around. And in those moments, someone who doesn't care that much can just get away with doing the job. Just do the job, just turn up, put some toys out, play, organise stuff, talk, play. But actually, someone who cares is required, is compelled to stand alongside those children in the, shoulder to shoulder, in the fire of the chaos that is their lives right now. And one of the things when you do that, one of the most important things that I remember for me and that I do when I'm working with children who are in foster care, I do this a lot, is I acknowledge their reality. I don't dismiss it. Because it's like when we describe these kids as vulnerable and you sort of go, vulnerable, they're probably a lot more resilient than many adults. Vulnerable isn't really an accurate term. But what we can do is talk about the fact that what's happening now isn't great. What I do when I'm talking about children who are in care, I say, you know what, it's hard. It is hard. As someone who has experienced this as well, it's hard, but it's not the end. It's never the end. There's always an opportunity to really focus on what have I got rather than worrying about what I haven't got. Because what you have got is where you can direct your energy. And then the biggest thing is you get to choose. You get to choose how you are. You get to write the truth about you. That's your story. That's not someone else's to write. Other people can say stuff and you'll have records about yourself. But actually the story about you, that's your story. You get to write that. What do you want it to say? So by acknowledging that what we're going through is difficult and speaking into that, the tendency is we want to kind of avoid it and go, everything's fine. Everything's not fine. And actually we can sustain that. We can get through this. That's the truth about now. So when I say care more, I mean dare enough to care. Be brave enough to care. Be brave enough to stand alongside people who are going through this without knowing all the answers, without being able to completely make it all go away, because that's not what's needed. The power isn't in rescuing someone, it's in valuing someone so that they can work towards valuing who they are and the resources they have at their fingertips as well. Teaching really is about relationships now more than ever. And the ones you've built and the ones you're building now and sustaining, that's what's going to make a difference. So thank you for showing up. Thank you for doing that. And please look after yourself first so that you can be great for everyone else.